You use it every single day, right? To grab a coffee, pay the rent, maybe save up for something big. It pretty much runs our lives. But have you ever really, truly stopped to think about what money actually is? Okay, let's get into it.
Because honestly, once you start pulling on that thread, the answer gets way, way stranger and more fascinating than you might think. We are going to uncover what money truly is, and I have a feeling the answer is going to change how you see the world.
Is it this? You know, this piece of paper we all carry around, we call it a dollar, but at the end of the day, it's really just ink and cotton.
Or how about this? A shiny piece of metal. It feels solid, it feels real in your hand, but the actual metal itself isn't worth what you can buy with it. So, where does its power come from?
And let's be real, for most of us, most of the time, money is just this, a number on a screen. Just some digits that flicker into existence when you get paid and then vanish when you top your phone at the grocery store. What even are those digits?
Well, here's the secret. Money isn't really a thing at all. It's an idea. It's a powerful, collective story that billions of us have all agreed to believe in. And that shared belief, that's the glue holding our entire civilization together. Seriously. So, if it's a story, we have to go back to the very beginning. Let's go hunt for the first clue that tells us where this incredible idea even came from.
Now, we're all taught this idea that early economies were all about barter. You know, I'll trade you 3 of my chickens for your spear. Well, it turns out that's basically a myth. Anthropologists have found that no large society ever really worked that way. Instead, everything ran on trust. It was a giant community-wide system of favors and IOUs.
So, get this. The very first money wasn't a coin or a shell. It was something you couldn't even see or touch. It was the invisible memory of who owed what to whom. It was a whole system built on promises, an intricate web of trust.
As societies got bigger, you can imagine it was impossible to keep all those promises straight in your head. So we started writing them down, on clay tablets, on notched pieces of wood. Eventually, when empires rose, they needed a standard way to represent all this trust. And that's where gold and silver coins come in. See, they weren't valuable just because they were pretty. They were valuable because they were a physical symbol of that promise.
For centuries, shiny metal coins ruled the world. But then, our story takes a major plot twist. This is the moment where the physical object and the promise it represented started to drift apart.
And it all started because of convenience. I mean, carrying around heavy bags of gold is annoying and risky, so people started storing their gold with goldsmiths, and the goldsmiths gave them paper receipts. Well, pretty soon, people realized it was a whole lot easier to just trade the paper receipts directly. The piece of paper, the promise, became just as good as the gold itself.
This system, where paper was backed by a promise of real gold in a vault, it lasted for a very long time. But in the 20th century, that final physical link was about to be broken. Forever. And this is the moment, 1971. The US government officially severed the dollar's connection to gold. And just like that, money became what we call fiat currency. It has value simply because a government says it does, and because all of us, together, believe it does. The story was now completely detached from any physical anchor.
Now, if you think that's the end of the story, you are in for a shock. We're about to get to the most stunning revelation of all. Because the way most money is created today is probably not what you think at all.
So if it's not backed by gold anymore, and governments aren't just printing endless stacks of cash, where does the vast majority of the new money we use every single day actually come from?
Brace yourself, because this is how it works. When you go to a commercial bank and take out a loan for a car or a mortgage for a house, the bank doesn't lend you someone else's savings. It creates brand new money, right there on the spot, just by typing the numbers into your account. New debt creates new money.
And look, this isn't some fringe theory. This is a direct quote from the Bank of England. The overwhelming majority of money in our economy is created basically out of thin air by private banks every time they issue a loan. And when that loan gets paid back, that money is destroyed. It just vanishes.
Our entire financial system effectively breathes in and out with the creation and repayment of debt. It's a powerful, powerful engine for growth. But what happens when the belief that's holding it all together starts to crack?
And that brings us to the danger. In 2008, the collective belief that housing prices would always go up, well, it shattered. And the promises built on that belief turned to dust. Trillions of dollars of value didn't burn up, they simply vanished.
because the collective trust that gave them any meaning evaporated practically overnight.
That crisis was a stark reminder of just how fragile our story of money can be. And today, we're entering a brand new chapter, one where technology is fundamentally rewriting the rules of trust itself.
So today, we're facing a few competing stories for what money can be. You've got your traditional fiat currency, where we put our trust in governments. Then there's Bitcoin, where the trust is placed in decentralized code and math. And now we have these emerging central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, which ask us to trust governments in a new, fully digital way. And that raises some huge questions about privacy and control. The real battle here is over who or what we choose to trust.
So after this entire journey, from ancient promises to digital code, we can finally pull all these clues together and answer that big, central question we started with.
So what is money? It's not paper. It's not metal. It is our collective belief made visible. It's a technology we use for tracking our promises and relationships with each other. It's a mirror that reflects our biggest hopes and our deepest fears. Ultimately, every single dollar or euro is just a unit of our faith in the future.
And maybe this is the most powerful way to think about it. Money is without a doubt our greatest illusion, but it is also our greatest collaboration. It's a shared story that allows billions of complete strangers to cooperate and build entire worlds together. It's fragile, it's strange, but as long as we keep believing in it, the story continues.